Welcome to Guitar Gallery. It's Stefan and Stefan here. You'll see Annie McGibbon here in the middle, well known in the guitar circles, restoring guitars, fixing guitars, building guitars. Annie, we've got one of your amazing guitars here today.
We're super excited.
So we're looking forward to talk about that. Andy has done a lot in SA for guitars, and especially acoustic guitars. I think a lot of brands here you've brought to our show. So it's really an honor, Andy, to have you here today. And we're going to jump right in and talk about this guitar. So maybe if you can just tell us what that guitar is all about in terms of wood specs, what have you used, and
Sure.
And the magic.
Okay, the starting point is it's a 000 12-fret guitar,
Okay.
based on a Martin traditional design, but with some of my own interpretations of bracing internally, and my own interpretation of many of the little things that I believe make a guitar a little better than some other guitars. So this guitar is nothing fancy wood-wise. All the woods are obviously excellent quality, but there's no exotic woods. It's a simple combination of mahogany with a Sitka spruce top, which is pretty much common fare in the guitar building circles. And because of the CITES restrictions on transporting rosewoods, I'm using ebony for the bridge and the fingerboard. So that's the slight deviation I have from my previous guitars. The ornamentation is of interest because the scratch plate I've made out of fiberglass resin. It's a fairly common thing amongst builders. When I say builders, I'm talking about hand builders. And also the dots are mammoth ivory, which I've hand turned in my lathe, and the bridge and saddle are bone, in particular Indian water buffalo, which I discovered in my excursions at a knife show, which I'm a judge at in the local, and it sounds really strange, but I'm a judge at the local knife show, and I just happened.
Whatever you say, and
That sounds sharp.
Exactly, but I always go looking for different things, and I just particularly in these guys at the show thought I was completely idiotic, because I'm sitting there tapping raw knife handles and clapping them together, and it just so happened that this Indian water buffalo was just a beautiful sounding bit of bone. It's kind of the closest thing I think to kind of genuine ivory, which is obviously not on the table at the moment, but it's really a fabulous saddle and nut material. What else? I mean, the bracing is primarily spruce bracing, and the bridge plate is a maple plate again. Even if you wanted rosewood, they're not going to sell it to you in a great hurry. I've got a bit at home, which I suppose I could make it, but I like the maple. I like it. It's got a nice, on a guitar like this, it's got a nice focused mid-range, which for me is perfect for this particular instrument. So that's the guitar in a nutshell.
And you like your sunburst, obviously, from that. I must say, it is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I must say, you also finished it off with with a proper Waverley tuner, so that just makes for the mechanical parts of the guitar just to be spot on.
Yeah.
Really love that. It complements the whole feel of the guitar. It's just top notch all round.
Yeah. Well, the sunburst, I enjoy sunburst, but I'm not one of these guys who's exclusively sunburst. It's just this particular guitar was built for a customer in Tanzania, and he wanted one like my own personal guitar, and so I just basically replicated that, and
and then nitro finish as well.
Nitro, yeah, absolutely nitro. I'm kind of one of these people who believes it is slightly better.
Okay.
It's always 1%.
Yeah. Well, for me, and you asked me what makes a great guitar just now, and for me, it's not any one thing. It's a culmination of all the details. It's getting the extra 1% out of this part, the extra 1% there, and just really, really coming in and attacking all the little details to make sure that everything is as good as it can be, because once you've put 31% together, you've got 30% improvement, and to me that's substantial.
I must say, from playing the guitar, hopefully you can see it from the clips, and we always discuss this, you get guitars that sound good. It's got a brilliant voice, and this is no exception to that. This guitar sounds fat across the whole frequency range, but also one of the surprising things is how easily it plays. It really does. It's a responsive guitar, and we spoke about it earlier. What defines excellent guitars from the good guitars is the body that you get in the mid-range of the instrument. It's easy to get bass out of an instrument, but it's harder to get full and defined mids and highs out of a guitar. And then obviously on top of that, to build a responsive guitar to make it possible for artists to express whatever their art is. So now from playing the guitar, it's just got a beautifully balanced voice, obviously coming from a triple O. I'm a big Mahogany fan, so you got me right off the bat there. And then you can hear there's some good work put into the soundboard in the top, because it's really a responsive guitar. It's got a flat EQ, it's got a very balanced EQ range across the whole spectrum, and it's balanced across the neck as well, from string to string. So we must, from a player's perspective, I must compliment you. It's an absolute joy to play. I said to you, if I'm stuck on an island and this is the only guitar there, I wouldn't necessarily be sad,
And so from the neck and the action, how did you find that?
It feels like home. It's obviously been super well set up coming from Andy himself. So no,
Guitar
it plays
Gallery
like
do use Andy McGibbon for most of our guitar work. So really, if you're looking for a good setup, this is the guy to
talk
go
to me
to.
about high standards. No, it feels like home. I'm a triple O player myself, and the neck, it's just bulky enough, but it's comfortable enough. It just feels like home from the beginning, and the size of and the voice of the guitar as well. It's just, you can, as soon as you play it, it just feels like something you've heard before, but not, it just feels like something you don't want to lose of your repertoire. So this one's going off to Tanzania, but I might be popping by sometime to just check up on it.
I know you're already busy with the next one.
Yes.
So obviously Andy do build guitars on request and with custom options. And you're more than welcome to contact Guitar Gallery. We'll provide you with Andy's details. Andy, it was such an honor to have you here today.
Thank you very much.
We just guitar addicts, and especially acoustic, and you understand the world. So it's quite an honor for us to have you here today and tell us more about this and allow us to play on this amazing guitar.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure from my side, and I'd like to thank both of you guys, because it's great to be here.
Right. Thank you. So thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.